And in next week's Haberdashery Castle, it's all change when a bit of green ribbon gets snagged in the portcullis. But now, celebrity tidbits in Scorch.
Well, welcome to Scorch, the show that's jam-packed with super showbiz fizz.
Later on, we'll be talking to a woman who's compiled her showbiz dreams into a book, which, thank God, is out very soon.
But first, the entertainment headlines. Shakespearean actor Simon Callow has buried a pig in the woods. It's all part of a private joke he's having with fellow thespian John Hurt.
A tree in Portsmouth has started sprouting DVDs after a cable company installed lines between its roots.
Film star Mark Jeffries is the surprise star of the latest Bentley Rhythm Ace record. The track uses a sample of Jeffries choking on a piece of Lego.
Yeah, I'm really excited, actually. I mean, I've played it, I've listened to the album. I think it's a very, very good album. I'm jumping for joy, really, you know. Jumping for joy. I'm jumping for joy. Look at me, I'm jumping for joy. Oh, am I jumping for joy? Yeah. Fuck you.
He's so cool, isn't he? A really nice guy.
And so funny, too.
Yeah.
I once saw him throw a knife at a waiter. Now, who doesn't dream about celebrities? I've had plenty of dreams about Brad Pitt, though I don't think they're quite suitable to be going into here. Today's guest, Tiny Simone, dreamt about celebs for her whole life. But unlike the rest of us, she's written them all down in a book, Star Dreams. Tiny, hi, welcome to Scorch. So what was your first ever dream?
My first ever dream was that David Jason was riding on my back and tickling me with a feather to go faster, but I couldn't because I didn't have any shoes on.
And let's just take a look at some of the drawings in the book. Who's this?
That is Kevin Spacey. He's dancing on a table.
Looks like he's enjoying himself.
Yes. He's dancing because his friend has remembered to record Casualty. And he's dancing to Maloko.
That's great. I almost feel like leaping in there and dancing with him myself. And let's just take a look at my favourite. Is this Eddie Murphy?
Yes, that is Eddie Murphy on the moon. He can breathe because he's got air in his knickers.
Right.
He's trying to invent motorbike, but motorbikes are illegal. I made a plasticine of him.
Oh, is this for me?
You can keep it for a year.
Oh, bless. And do you think you might be dreaming of me tonight?
Yes. I will dream of you. I'll dream of you catching your face in a lathe.
Oh, bless. So, Peregrine, you ever dreamt about a star?
Yes, I have, Jezebel. But what I really want to know is what's been happening in these Brad Pitt dreams you've been telling us about. Come on.
No.
Come on, give us a clue. Give us a one-word clue.
Analingus.
Whew, right, I think we'll be leaving that there. Next week, I'll be getting a Will and Grace makeover from a man with trowels for hands.
And I'll be climbing into a barrel full of rumours and rolling down a hill.
So until then, goodbye.
See ya.
That was Scorch. Now on TV Go Home, Daily Mail Island.
For the past year, 12 volunteers have given up their careers, possessions and lives to participate in a social experiment on the remote Welsh island of Llandudno. With a right-wing tabloid as their only source of information, these people make up the inhabitants of Daily Mail Island. Before arriving on the island, Des Pliers was the only participant to actually read the Daily Mail. Des felt this familiarity would serve him well.
Well, I think some people are going to find it very difficult to cope. They may have just skimmed a copy that they picked up on a train, but I've been reading the Mail every day, cover to cover, for 15 years. I love Nigel Dempster, the big colour pics of the royals, the endless rhetorical questions. Take today's, for example. As the Yorkshire Rastafarian Society are granted lottery money to erect a 40-foot-high statue of Marcus Garvey, can we be certain our children won't be potheads by noon? See, I can take that kind of thing on the chin, but I'm not sure how some of the others will cope.
But after 120 days on the island, Des is showing signs of strain.
At first, he seemed so at home here. He was everything you'd expect a Daily Mail reader to be. He was patriotic, reactionary, patronising and opinionated, but then he got really into Fred Bassett.
Oh, very good.
I think he never really had time for the cartoons page at home, but for the past 3 months, it's all he's read. Now it's Fred Bassett this, Fred Bassett that. And I think his behaviour, to be honest, is really starting to freak people out.
2 weeks ago, the Islanders made nettle punch and held a disco. At the dance, Des's fascination with Fred was clearly on display.
Hello, Des.
Ah, a party.
Des?
Lots of music, lots of booze.
Is he all right?
And in the morning, lots of headaches.
His obsession with the Rye cartoon dog even began to permeate council meetings.
They don't need rehousing, they need hanging.
Somebody lost at golf this morning.
In desperation, the Islanders arrange a court hearing to decide Des's fate. After a 6-hour trial, he's sentenced to a stoning on the beach.
And there you will be brutally beaten until the Basset Hound is banished from your body. Do you have anything to say, Des?
The last time I saw that look, someone had broken the greenhouse window.
Now on TV Go Home, I am Simon Doyle.
Simon Doyle is 31 years old and lives in South London. In June 1992, as part of a drunken game of dare, he had sex with a duck in a pub car park while a crowd looked on. Doyle was arrested. Coming as it did during the so-called silly season, the tabloids had a field day with the story. Overnight, Simon Doyle became a national laughingstock. Tired of the resultant threats and ridicule, Doyle became a recluse. Now, 10 years on, he's back in the community, trying to rebuild his life. This is his story. 3 weeks ago, Simon started dating Alison, a girl he met in an internet chat room. She has no idea about the incident with the duck.
Alison's a lovely girl. A lovely, lovely girl. I'm hoping, you know, this could really go somewhere.
So the next thing I know, me and Teresa jumped up on stage and we are dancing side by side with Buddy for the whole of the encore. It was mad.
Sounds pretty brilliant.
Oh, Buddy, brilliant. That's really funny. That's what they say on the posters.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Cheers. So, what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Me?
Come on, you can tell me, can't you? I mean, it can't be any more embarrassing than mine.
Well, no, yeah, getting caught on stage with a Buddy Holly look-alike, that's quite hard to be. Oh, God, let me think, craziest thing. What's he going to look like with a wine bottle on his head? What's he going to look like with a wine bottle on his head? That's probably Sorry. What did you say? Come on, speak up, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry?
Come on. Let me guess, what you're chuckling about? Wondering if I'd ordered the duck. This is pork. Look. It's 10 years ago, for Christ's sake.
Simon?
Why can't you people learn to forget? Why won't you let me move on?
Is everything okay here, sir?
No, of course it's not fucking okay. Bloke gets drunk and puts it up a duck and suddenly the world queues up to shit on him. Okay, it was wrong. I know that. I'm sorry, I've apologised. I said sorry at the time and I'm saying sorry now. Sorry! Sorry! Better? No? Okay. Sorry to spoil the party, everyone, but I have fucked a duck. I'm the big duck fucker from Duck Fuck Lane and I want 17 me nuts in on my lad. But haven't we all done things we regret? Well, haven't we? Haven't you? What about you? Okay, you haven't fucked a quack, but I bet you've done something shitty. Sorry. I made love to a duck and it was wrong, but if you can't forgive me, then there is no how. Where are you going? I never fucked you, did I? Not like the night I stuck in all that terrifying bed!
Sir, you have to leave now, please. You're going to have to leave now. Come on, out.
I am a fucker of wild barrel! I'm just something I'm always going to have to live with, I suppose. So to have any relationship with this thing hanging over me. I mean, I know, of course, I did a stupid thing, but I still have the right to fall in love, you know, have a relationship with a human. Definitely with a human, okay? Can you make that clear, like with a caption or something? Thank you. Thank you.
And now on TV Go Home, it's time for The Advert Show. You're watching TV Go Home. Later tonight at 11, cartoon fun in Steve Lamacq, the animated series. That's followed by more feathered boardroom intrigue in Goose Incorporated. Now, glib memories of yesteryear in I Love Then.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Venn dancing.
Venn dancing, the first dance maths crossover.
Oh, it just came out of nowhere. Suddenly, discos were full of teenagers dancing this weird dance where they made Venn diagrams.
You'd see them on the floor, grooving about, and then all of a sudden they'd start looking really smug because they'd made the shape of a set, a subset, or an intersection.
Do the Venn, now do it again. Venn dance is real crazy.
I always thought it was for girls or mathematicians or the subset of the two, which is like this big.
Pretty soon all these prefab bands popped up playing Venn dance music. The Venmatics, Vendemonium, Davy Venn.
Davy Venn? Prick.
Davy Venn's real name was David Rabbit. He lived on the Balls Pond Road, and he got spotted by an A&R guy.
To be honest, I was a bit too young for all the Venn stuff, but I do remember the craze he started next. Making tea.
Making tea.
Making tea!
Pricks.
It was about a dance where you made a cup of tea. And of course, people actually took a kettle, tea bags and mugs to the disco and really made tea on the dance floor.
Make some tea, now make it again. Tea dance is real crazy.
I do remember a boy at our school accidentally poured boiling water over his sister's head. She had to wear a wig and they fitted her with a plastic ear.
For the best part of a year, DJ Tips was just about everywhere. Eventually, though, the kids started to see him for what he was. Prick. So Davy eventually retreated to his mansion under the sea.
I know he tried to make a comeback a few years ago with a dance called the horse slash, but to be honest, it never really caught on.
Slash a horse, now slash him again. Horse slash is real crazy.
Well, who wants to slash a horse's flank when you're at a disco?
Would I get on the floor for a Davy Venn record today?
I'd rather ram a corkscrew up my dick hole.
Doing the Venn.
That was I Love Then. Now on TV Go Home, Victims.
Hello, I'm Suki Hestenbacker. Welcome to Victims. Healing hurt with hearing. Let's meet tonight's victim. Frankwell Tennyson, you are quite obviously a victim. Is that a statement you'd agree with?
I guess so, yeah.
Tell us what happened to you. How'd you lose the eye?
Well, I was on the production line at Clorwell Motors, and a machine malfunctioned. It shot a white-hot rivet into my eye.
And it went right in and burnt your eye clean out of the socket.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you cry out? Did you scream?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I did.
Could you show us?
I screamed, no! Ah! Kind of like that.
But sadly, it was louder than that, wasn't it?
At the time, I guess it probably was, yes.
We spoke to a co-worker and asked them to recreate your screaming, and this is what they did for us.
He kind of went, no, Jesus, no! Ah! He was rolling around, clutching his eye, going, ah!
Listening to that tape, that must bring back some painful memories.
It does, ma'am. Yes, it does. I never knew a man could survive such pain.
But you did survive, Franquel, and here you are today with your eye all covered up. Does that patch make people feel uncomfortable?
Not really, no. Most folks are real understanding about it.
To your face?
To my face, yes.
And how do you think they talk about it when you're not around?
I can't say as I'd know.
Well, we asked around, and here are some of the comments from the folks in your neighborhood. He's creepy. He's like something out of Stephen King. If I were him, I'd just kill myself. The kids call him Freaky Cyclops Dude. If I were him, I'd just kill myself. Weren't you aware of this, Franquel?
I was not.
You must wonder what you've done to deserve such cruelty, Franquel. I mean, look at me. I have 2 eyes, see? I can see in 3 dimensions, but you have only 2.
I guess
You are missing an entire dimension every time you look around.
I guess it's just something...
Do you think God hates you, Franquel? I mean, do you think that God looked down and said, hey, look at that minimum wage dirtbag. Heck, I'm God. Why don't I just pop a rivet in his eye so all the folks in his hometown will grow to hate him? Yeehaw! So God does this to you, and now you are walking around looking like a goddamn pirate. You can't see properly. You look like a freak. And everywhere you go, children cry out in fear. It's okay. There, now, give it up. Give it up to me. That's it, buddy. Just cry it all out. Not down your front, into the bucket. Into the bucket, goddammit. Franquel Tennyson is a victim, but the tears he shed today with his lonely, isolated eye have not been sobbed out in vain. We're using Franquel's tears to make popsicles, like this one. And right now, Victims' ice cream trucks are out touring our nation's ghettos, handing these popsicles to underprivileged children. If you're a victim, give us a call. Together we can use your tears of sadness to put a smile on the face of a blameless child. I've been Suki Heston-Backer. Until next time, keep holding on.
Now, medical drama with Anesthetic Hospital.
Making incision. Blood levels good. Entering Grabnell's lobe. Lobe dilating. Shut up! Second stage adrenalism staunched. Shut up! 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 Shut up!
Murderer. Murderer!
That was Anesthetic Hospital. Now, all culture explained at last in Now Biter.
Hello. On tonight's Now Biter, we'll be digesting the latest performance from amputee dance troupe Stump and finding out why Martin Amis is filling a well full of salt. With me in the studio are essayist and thinker Asterix Quirtube, journalist Chloe Shoehorn, and offering this week's rural perspective, Gloucestershire farmhand Len. But first, cinema. French auteur Knife Clochelard's latest film, Le Grand Mimsy Poilu, opens this Friday. The tale of a doomed love affair between a struggling novelist and the daughter of a right-wing politician, it's already making waves.
Pigeon! Pigeon! Grande Florentine aujourd'hui.
J'aborde toute la femme, ce n'est pas bloqué walkie.
Tu es une grande conte. Conte!
Laurent, Flemme et Trafalgar.
Conte! Conte!
C'était ton que je sais.
placard font cloncato el poton. Je dis clombe flonque. Clombe flonque.
Compte, placard, Rouen, adédanton, Captain Pina.
Mais c'est après je clapam sous je faucon Francine clompton.
So, Ostrix Quertube, Mimsy or Whimsy?
I thought it was magical. It took up the whole screen. There wasn't a corner of the screen that wasn't covered with cinema.
The film's attracting controversy thanks to the love scenes, which have been passed uncut, despite the inclusion of full penetration, ejaculation and an impromptu vasectomy. Were you shocked?
No, not at all. I found it honest, earthy and honest.
Certainly more honest than his last film, which, if I recall correctly, cut away just prior to ejaculation. Chloe Shoehorn, did you find it earthy and honest?
Not really, no. I have to say I found the whole thing very workmanlike. I almost fell asleep during the love scenes.
But that's precisely Claude Chalar's intention. And here is the sex act. He's saying, this is what it looks like, and here it is again and again and again, from as many angles as possible.
But it's sterile, isn't it? I mean, the scene where Claudette sleeps with her twin sister, what's arousing about that?
I did find that quite arousing, actually.
But it's more than just sex. This is cunnilingus as agitprop. It's the facial cum shot as polemic.
That's what our experts think, but what's the view from the rest of the country? Representing rural Britain is Len, a farmhand from Gloucestershire. So, Len, is this simply a polemic?
Well, I don't know about that, but bloody hell, you get to see it going in, right? I mean, you know, at the start there's all this talking and that, and it goes on and on and on forever, but when they start going for it, I couldn't believe it. I mean, first you get to see her boobs, right? And then you get to see her muff, and I'm sat there thinking, bloody hell, this must be French. And then they actually start shagging in that. I mean, they show it going in. I mean, you know, he sticks it in and he pulls it out, and then he sticks it in, and then he pulls it out again, and it's not fake. It's not faked or nothing.
Koshlar's been quoted as saying he wanted to strip the artifice away from the depiction of sex on screen.
Yeah, but did he say he wanted to film a bloke's dick bloody wiggling around in that? Because that's what he done. I mean, that's what he done. And they actually show it going in, and then there's loads and loads more shagging, right? And then the bloke comes everywhere. I mean, I was bursting for... Well, you know, you must have been, wasn't you?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, you know, bloody hell, they show it going in.
And out again.
Yeah.
And ejaculating.
Yeah, that and all.
That's all we've got time for. Next week, we'll be reading a book written somewhat bizarrely by a kingfisher and watching a Trustafarian from Hoxton toss some old trainers in the air. Till then, good night.
That's all for TV Go Home this evening. Good night.
Don't forget that E4 does the Banzai thing on Tuesday at 10:40, and then there'll be more TV Go Home at 11:10. Back to Thursday, and Eurotrash is next.